Before I say anything else, I just want to say that we have 1,000 subscribers! Thanks to Mothra, I don't have anything to celebrate with, so, special effects. Yay! Thank you so much! Yay! Ah! But for real though, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me that shitposts got 1,000 subscribers. That's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. It was all because of the moth, but you know what? Who cares? I mean, it's 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. It's one step closer to monetization, community posts, and, you know. So yeah, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. On with the video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and before you do any of those things, you should also, say thank you to Mothra, because, he's the reason that you're here, most likely. So today we're going to be looking at genders, because there's a lot of genders. At the moment, I believe there are 63, I could be wrong, but at the moment there are 63 genders. Before I say anything else, I would just like to give my opinion on the non-binary genders. If you take a minute to take a good look at me, it's pretty obvious that I am not straight at all. I am, yeah. But, my opinion on genders, looking very androgynous myself and being every non-binary person's dream body, you know, equal amounts of both features, I believe that gender is, it's like, it's a spectrum. So, you see, here you go, we got our spectrum right here, and then on one side, there's male, on the other side, there's female, right here, yeah? And I believe that anyone can fall anywhere in between these. So right here, there's non-binary, which we're going to represent with this magnet, because it's unique. So its way of being represented should be unique. And I think anyone can fall anywhere on this spectrum. I think right here, on this, in the middle right here, you should say that your gender is non-binary or androgynous. Really all the same thing. Non-binary kind of just means all of them. I can't write. This term represents androgynous, gender neutral, yada yada. It's all the same thing, it's all the same gender, so counting androgynous and gender neutral as two completely different genders, in my opinion, is counterproductive. And then, let's say if you fall on this side of the spectrum, are you going to make an entirely new gender for that? No! You are non-binary, so what you should say, to make it easier for yourself and everyone else, is say, I'm androgynous, but I'm more masculine. And if you fall somewhere in this area, you're not quite female, but you're still in that gray area, I'm androgynous or non-binary or gender neutral, but more feminine. It makes it easier for you, makes it easier for everyone else, and most importantly, and this is the most important part, is it makes it easier for more stuck people who are more closed-minded. It makes it easier for them to accept you and warm up to you, which is the ultimate goal of the LGBTQ community, or at least it's my ultimate goal, is that everyone should be more accepted. But god damn it, no one's making it easy for people to be accepting. So yeah, and on another note, I just want to say I have nothing wrong with trans people or anything like that. I really only have a problem with the part of the community that's like, oh my god, how do you not, you're homophobic for not knowing that neopronouns exist, which I'm not gonna touch that today. I mean, I might, but I don't want to. So yeah, and on one more note, last time I checked, the point of having non-binary genders, like xenogenders, like tree and ocean, I thought the whole point of being non-binary, male or female, is because you don't want your gender to define your identity. Like, you know, the whole point of this is like, your gender doesn't define who you are, and yet we've made over 63 genders to help define who you are. Like, that doesn't add up to me. Like, first you say you don't want gender to be your identity, and then you proceed to make genders that are your identity. That doesn't make sense. So yes, anyways, we've got my nice little gender spectrum here. It helps keep people from being homophobic because they don't know what like 50 genders are, because there's a lot of genders for some reason. And it helps the closed-minded people accept us faster, because this is much easier to wrap your head around than non-binary and polygender and genderqueer and multigender. It's much easier to wrap your head around, especially since half of the genders on this gender list mean the same exact thing. So, yeah. Since I can't drink or take shots or do anything of the sort, I've devised a better plan that should, replace the same thing, because we all know on YouTube that being in pain is funny. So, here, I've got these clips right here, these little clippies, and I'm going to attach them to either my fingers or my face or whatever. Anytime any of these, genders fall into the spectrum, I'm gonna do that. Because, I can't take shots yet. And once I run out of clips, I've got this rubber band that I'm gonna, I'm gonna do this with this rubber band once I run out of genders. Ah, that really does not feel good, so I lost the rubber band, hold on. That doesn't feel very good, because I don't have any access to mouse traps or bug zappers or any fun things like that. So, without further ado, let's, so, first on this list is agender. Someone who does not have a gender identity, or just isn't male or female or neutral, none, and some statistics to validate it, so, you guys know the drill. Let's do this. I'm gonna start with the fingies, because they don't hurt very much, but they still kind of add up over time. Androgen, which means man, woman, ancient Latin word. All wide variety of gender nonconformance, gender identities, and gender expressions that do not fit into the gender binary. Moving my finger makes it hurt. An umbrella term can mean intersex, but not all androgens are intersex. Victorian and Edwardian people who call themselves androgens believe bullshit. It's middle of the spectrum. Another clip. A poragender. Genders separate from male and female, anything between, while still having a very strong and specific gendered feeling. Alright, another clip. I hope this isn't dangerous or anything. Oh, frick, that actually hurts worse. You know, maybe I should stick these on the fleshy parts instead. You know, just flesh, pinching flesh. This still does not feel good. Alright, autism gender, which basically means your gender is autistic. I don't actually think that falls into the category of no gender. Autogender, autoqueer. Alright, so, I mean, that doesn't really fall into the, okay. Bigender. Apparently it was used as early as 1997. Person who feels like they have two gender identities at the same time. It basically means that, okay, I mean, two genders at the same time. And then we have, for the past 6 centuries, we have bisu gender. It's an Indonesian thing, so I can't talk about that because I'm not part of that culture. So, butch. I already know what this means. Wait, okay, so they changed it. It means not male or female. Butch lesbian woman. Okay, they're contradicting themselves saying that butch means you're not woman or man. It falls into this category, into the spectrum in my opinion, so. Alright. Demi-boy. A gender identity that is both male and genderless. Right here. Yep. On the other ear, I guess. In the unbearable realms quite yet, but this doesn't feel good. Alright, we've got demigender, which basically means an umbrella term for non-binary identities that have a partial connection to a certain gender. So basically it means that it's kind of a gender, but not really? That's the only thing I can take away from this, so, bring on the bags. Demi-girl, female and genderless. Oh, this hurts. Gender fluid. I don't think I need to say anything else. It's gender fluid. Gender flux. A gender identity that often changes in intensity. So one day a person may feel as though they have almost no gender. That's the qualitative. It doesn't really hurt anymore.
Wake me up! Wake me up inside you! Wake me up inside me! Call my name and say...
Gender flux. Gender frick. So basically non-binary. Mixing Mixing genders. Gender roles. Apparently having a beard is a gender role. If you're a man, it's expected of you to have a beard, or apparently having a beard is a gender role. No, it's called testosterone. It's not a gender role. Genderless. Genderless. Gender neutral. I'm gonna do this instead because this hurts worse. And put this back on. Ah, that didn't feel good. Gender queer. It's a slur, guys. Gender queer is a slur. This is bad. Don't say gender queer because that's a slur. Gender vague, which means non-binary gender that is not definable of words. Neurodivergent autistic activist. I guess if it's the same gender as autigender. Gender vague. Gender void, which means the void is your gender. Basically, genderless, apparently is what it says. It means genderless. I think my fingers are gonna fall off, so I'm gonna wrap this up really quickly. Gray gender. I forgot to do that. Oh, I got it. Alright, I need to take these off. I'm done. We're done. I don't want to do this anymore. Dear Lord, my fingers are... Oh man, a lot of my... Everything is turning purple. That turned purple too. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I think I just hurt myself. Yeah, I think I just hurt myself. Yeah, no, I just injured myself. Alright, so all in all, Alright, so what did we learn today? We learned that, the clips I used were a bit too powerful to leave on your face for an extended period of time, as shown by my fingers and my fingers turning purple. I hope I didn't just kill my fingers. I probably didn't, but, you know, you never know. Maybe I could lose my finger tomorrow and gangrene formed in it. But, yeah, we learned that, that was stupid. This was stupid. I think the lesson today is that, I don't really know what the lesson is. I'll make one. The lesson today is that, people of the LGBTQ community didn't want gender to identify who you are or identify your role in society. So, when that didn't work, for some reason that didn't work, I think it did work, and some people were just okay with being overly feminine. So instead of making genders no longer identify who you are, they decided to literally make a bunch of genders that identified who they were. Before you click off, I just want to say one more thing. The reason that older videos are starting to disappear is because I'm almost qualified for monetization, and older videos have more copyrighted content in them. Don't worry though, I'm not going to sacrifice my channel and my quality for more money and become a money-hungry YouTuber, you know, one of those. But older videos are going to get taken down regardless. I'll be making a second channel for shitposts and memes with copyrighted content in them, so I can still make the weird little things I enjoy making and not have to worry about my main channel getting demonetized. Because I really want money, but the whole, the world situation has ruined my chances of getting a job at the moment. But don't worry, if I ever need to choose between money and making you guys happy, I'm always going to choose making you guys happy. Because you guys are the reason I'm able to be monetized in the first place. I'd rather retain a devoted fan base that can support me in all the ways that they can support me than lose the spare change that YouTube will give me when I'm monetized. Thank you guys for subscribing once again, and, yeah. Have a good.